We are going to get into our mindset portion because I know a lot of people out there and the percentages tend to vary. People say, hey, trading is 80% mindset, 20% skill and technical analysis. Some people say it's 90-10. Let's just say that mindset is everything. It is very, very important when it comes to trading. We can teach you the technicals, right? We can do a great job at that, but at the end of the day, you have to master self, right? If your mindset is a mess, then you're gonna be all over the place. And Ryan is like the mindset master. I know he helps me with my mindset constantly. We're constantly communicating. He's helping me to stay in the game because even though I've been trading for quite some time, you still need a coach, right? Even when Tiger Woods was at the top of his game, he still had a swing coach, right? So you always need that mentorship. That's the reason why I joined the Maxwell team back in the day because I realized that even in my career in corporate America, that mindset played a huge, huge role. So psychology is so important, right? And if those of you who have gotten in and you're scalping, you know this, right? The ability to be patient and wait for a trade to come through, even though we wait 2 weeks for our paycheck, right before we get paid. We work for free for 2 weeks, then we get paid, but we can't stand the trade longer than 5 minutes. So, Ryan, mindset master, the floor is all yours. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna learn a little something. Take it away, man.
Benny, man, I appreciate you. Um, I appreciate you being so gracious. Benny talked about just a second ago. In this game, you win and you lose, right? And ultimately, you want to make sure that you win more than you lose. However, you have to make sure that you're able to control yourself when you do lose, because you know what's going to happen, right? Why mindset is so important in this game is the way that you think ultimately controls your emotions. Your emotions will then control your actions, right? And those actions could lead you to staying in a trade too long or getting out of a trade too early. Understanding that if you follow your plan and being disciplined enough to follow your plan and know that you made the right decisions, you manage your risk, things will work out in your favor. But the other thing that the mindset piece also controls is your capacity for growth, right? If you have a limited mindset, right, or a scarcity mindset or a fixed mindset, it puts you in a space where you're not open to receiving change and seeing change, right? So we're going to dive into this a little bit, and we're going to start from a basic level and then build, right? I will get a little bit scientific on you guys, but I'll then bring it back to a simplistic form so that we can bring it all together and make it make sense. The first thing that I want you guys to think about is, what is your why, right? We're all in this to make money, right? We go to our job to make money, to feed our family, to live the lifestyle that we want to live. But I want you to think a little bit deeper, right? Yes, we want to make money. Yes, we want to do these things, but what is your larger goal, right? What is your larger vision? Do you want to utilize that money not just to feed your family and have a roof over your head, but do you want to be able to create experiences for your children? Do you want to
Yeah.
be able to help out your community? Do you want to be able to move your family and future generations to another space in life that nobody's experienced before? Right? So for me, I believe that we as a community, as a culture, can help to truly change the world if we help each other become our best self. Right? So my mission in life is to help each individual that I come in contact with realize and achieve their best self, whatever that means to them. Okay. It's not just for me. It's not about me. It's not about what I can do or what I want to do or what I see somebody's potential is. But what is your vision of yourself? What is your definition of success? Right? What is your definition of growth? Okay. So in this game of trading and in this game of life, my definition of success is being 1% better every day. And that puts me in a mindset, in a frame to where, yes, things will not go my way all the time, guaranteed. But can I be better tomorrow than I am today? And can I help one more person tomorrow than I did today? Right. So I want you to think about, and I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds, right? You got your pen and paper. What is your why? What is your purpose, your mission, your cause? I want you to write that down on your paper. What is your purpose, your mission, your cause? Now, this why, I want you to keep that in your mind as we have this conversation, but not just today, but as you move forward in this world of trading and as you move forward in life. That why is going to be what's going to drive you and push you to be more disciplined and to be focused on your growth so that you can ultimately achieve whatever that purpose is that you have for yourself and that you have for your life and for your family and anybody that's connected to you. That's going to be your anchor as we move through this, okay? Because trading is not easy, right? We can teach you the fundamentals, but it's a skill that you have to learn, right? Most of us went to school through the 12th grade, right? Some of us went to college, got degrees and all that. So that's extra time. But at least 12 years of your life, you went to school to learn skills. This game of trading, it's a skill that you have to learn, right? Some of us played sports and these sorts of things. You had to learn a skill. This is the same thing. So it's not going to be an overnight success. And a lot of times those overnight successes, they don't tell you the 15, 20 years of a work that they put in to become that overnight success. Okay. This why is going to be your anchor. So we're going to talk about types of mindset, right? That's going to help us to get to achieving this why and seeing ourselves as that person that we ultimately want to become. So we have two types of mindsets. We have a fixed mindset and we have a growth mindset. Two different things. Okay. A fixed mindset is you aren't open to change, right? You aren't open to seeing things differently. You think that you are born with a specific set of skills, a specific character trait. Fixed mindset is you believe that whatever you are born with is all that you have, and that can't change, right? It's static, it's fixed. Growth mindset. You believe that you are able to learn, grow, and develop into the person that you want to become. You're open to change. You're open to seeing things differently. You're open to adapting new skills. You're open to putting in the work and the effort to develop something that's different than what you started with. In life and in trading, having a growth mindset, being open to change, being open to seeing things differently is going to help you ultimately have a higher ceiling, right? I talked about the capacity for growth, right? So that growth mindset is going to give you a higher ceiling, right? And possibly completely remove that ceiling if you're willing to put in the time and the effort that it's going to take to get there. So how do we create a growth mindset? And what's the value of it, right? So we talked about the ability to grow, move, and change, but also the value is being able to learn anything that, again, you're willing to put the time and the effort into learning. And how can you do that, right? So I want to talk about the design of the brain. So I'm going to get scientific on you guys for 1 minute here. So your brain is designed to be efficient. Okay. So you wake up at 6 o'clock every morning. You do that for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. You're starting to create a habit. So what happens is your brain is made up of these neurons. And the first time you take an action, you create a connection in the brain, a neuronic connection in the brain. And these neurons, the more you do that action, right? The more you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, that connection grows stronger and it grows stronger and it grows stronger to the point where you're probably going to start waking up before your alarm clock because your brain is already conditioned to do that thing. Or the direction you drive to work. You do it the first time, you're trying to find a new route, you're trying to avoid traffic, and you find this route, and it's easy, it's smooth, and you do it. The more you do it, now you don't even think about which route you're going to go, you just get in the car and go. Your brain is, what it does is as you create that habit, that neuronic connection that becomes really, really strong over time, it puts it in the subconscious stores of your brain so that you can do that thing while you're doing something else. So now you're not thinking about the route that you're driving to work. Now you're thinking about, oh, what's my to-do list when I get to work? What are the things I have to do when I get home? Right? What are the kids doing? Or you might be on the phone having a conversation and you're not even paying attention to where you're driving. You just know that you're going to go where you're going. Right? You've created this habit. So what happens is when we want to change these habits, it's difficult. But why? What you have to do when you're changing a habit is you have to tear apart those neuronic connections to make new ones. Right? So let's think about it from an exercise perspective. At some point, all of us have at least done a little bit of exercise, whether it's walking, jogging, running, sports, whatever, right? So when you exercise for the first time, after a long break or what have you, you feel sore. So what happens when you exercise is your muscles are made up of these tight wound fibers. And these fibers are linked together. Okay? Like puzzle pieces. And when you exercise, what you're doing is you're tearing those muscle fibers apart so that they can grow back stronger. And you may have felt that soreness after you worked out. That's your muscle fibers growing back stronger and releasing lactic acid, which causes the soreness. So when we're creating and breaking habits, the difficult piece is tearing those muscle fibers apart. It's lifting that weight, right? That's running that extra 5 minutes. That's walking that extra 10 minutes. We're tearing those neuronic connections apart to then replace it with another habit. So as we're going through this process of learning the basics of trading and understanding money differently, it's going to be difficult. So one, you have to keep your why as your focus. Okay. Two, you have to understand that you're going to be creating new habits. We're going to walk you through the process of creating plans and creating a strategy that's going to help you ultimately be successful. And in doing this, you have to be disciplined. But that discipline comes from consistent action. And that consistent action will then create habits. Along with creating these new habits, we have to create or generate self-confidence in what we're doing, right? We're all going to make mistakes. Nobody's going to be perfect. We're never going to be perfect all the time. But again, can we be 1% better every day? So consistency. What we have to do when creating a growth mindset and ultimately creating self-confidence is we have to decide to be consistent in our actions. Okay? First thing, you have to make a decision, right? Our goal is to help you realize that you can make that decision today to change your future self and to change your future family. So we have to choose to be consistent today. The next thing is focus. We have to be focused on our why, our purpose, our mission, our cause, and focused on the details of the steps that we're going to teach you later on today that will help you be successful. Then there has to be a dedication, right? Now, there's some people that are getting into trading. Somebody threw it at you, and it's a hot topic. Oh, let me get into trading and make this quick money. No, that's not it. That's not it. Things that you learn that you are a quick fix, I call that quick money, right? It's quick money, real fast. It comes fast and it also goes fast, right? But the slow money, the money that you earn over time that compounds with the interest, that compounds with the growth in that account that Benny just showed you with his daughter, that's the money that'll last, not just a lifetime, but generations, right? That's ultimately what we're looking to create for ourselves and help others create, is that slow, long money. Okay? So you have to be dedicated to learning this skill, to shifting your mindset, holding yourself accountable. We'll help hold you accountable too, if you allow us. Right? So you have to be dedicated to this. You have to make these decisions daily. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. We open up saying this is not something, it's not a quick fix. Shifting your mindset, creating confidence in the skill that you're learning takes time, consistency, and dedication, and committed to making decisions every single day that puts you ahead of where you were yesterday. Okay? Then we have to set goals, right? We have this long-term goal of where we want to be, what we want to do. But you're not going to get there tomorrow. And you have to be okay with that. You have to understand that I'm going to make this $5 here, this $10 here, this $20 here to reach this ultimate goal of whatever amount of money that you have for you. Okay? And then you have to create a plan for success, right? So you set the goals and you create a plan to achieve those goals. We're going to help you with these things today. What I want to take you through, you have your why, okay? Now I want you to write down a long-term goal, right? 10 years from today, 10 years from today, where do you see yourself? Right? Where do you see yourself 10 years from today? What's the amount of money that you want to make 10 years from today? Where do you want to live 10 years from today? What is the picture of the person that you want to be 10 years from today? Write that down under your why. What is the person that you want to become? And if you want to change that time frame, feel free to do so. If it's not 10 years, if it's 5 years, by all means, right? If it's 20 years, by all means, right? But you want to put a time frame to whatever this long-term vision for yourself and your family is. So we have our why, we have our vision for ourselves. Now I want you to think about, what are you willing to give up, or what are you willing to do to achieve that ultimate vision for yourself? Because gaining and growing doesn't come without losing and shedding, right? So this growth mindset, you're going to be changing, you're going to be evolving daily, but you have to be willing to put some skin in the game, right? So it's going to be time, which we mentioned, minimum, you got to put 2 hours a week into this thing. But if you really want to push and really move this forward, you're going to have to dedicate time. You're going to have to dedicate energy, right? You're going to have to give up some things that might be distracting you, might even be people. But you have this ultimate goal for yourself that you're trying to attain. You have the ultimate goal for your family, for your community that you're trying to attain. So what are you willing to give up to achieve that end goal? Now I want you to take those things, and as we're going through this, keep this on your mind, right? Your end goal, your definite chief aim, right? What you're willing to give up in the time frame. And then later on today, tomorrow, as you're thinking through this, I want you to write a statement to yourself. Write a statement to yourself, including those three things, right? What your end goal is, what you're willing to give up, and what your time frame is that you want to attain this in. Write a statement to yourself saying, this is what I am going to do. And this is what I'm committed to. And put that somewhere that you can see it, along with your why, your purpose, your mission, your cause. Keeping this in your mind daily and focusing on it and reading it daily is going to help your mind and your brain start to be creative and create the environment that you're attempting to attain. But it's going to push you and it's going to challenge you in different ways. Okay? So all of this is important because in this game of trading, nothing is going to be simple. Nothing is going to be easy, right? The market is going to move or the market is going to move. But we're going to teach you the skills to be able to read the market and be able to adapt to what the market gives you, to understand what those candlesticks that Benny talked about that we'll dig into, what they mean, why they mean what they mean, and what's going to happen next or what could happen next. And then be able to limit your risk to be able to move forward. Understand that you're not going to win everything. And being okay with that loss because you took the right steps, you stuck to your plan, you stuck to the process, so you'll win more than you lose. Okay? Growth mindset is what we're looking to develop. We'll continue talking about this as we move forward. Okay? But think on those things. Keep your mind fixed on that. Be open to growth. Be open to change. Be open to seeing things differently so that you can become that 1% better tomorrow than you were today. Keep that in your mind, right? We'll continue to dig into it. We'll continue to add to that as we go throughout this year.